Math singer, yum!
You probably know Lewis Carroll as an English author and poet, most notable for his children's books, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and its sequel, Through the Looking Glass. However, you are probably less familiar with the fact that Lewis Carroll was also a mathematician. In fact, while all of Carroll's literary works were published under the name of Lewis Carroll, all of his mathematical papers and books were published under his real name, Charles Dodgson. Dodgson's most famous mathematical work was a book on determinants, which he published in 1867. However, the subject of this video revolves around a paper that he published in the magazine Nature in 1897, just a year before his death at the age of 65. This obscure article outlines a remarkable technique for dividing any positive integer by 9 once the remainder upon division is known. As an example, consider the number 4,873. It turns out that whenever 4,873 is divided by 9, the result obtained is a quotient of 541 with a remainder of 4. Surprisingly, Dodgson notes that if the quotient and the remainder are concatenated into the number 5,414, then the resulting number, minus the original 4,873, necessarily results in the quotient of 541. This fact seems surprising at first, but the reason for the result is straightforward. We just need to note that by expressing 9 as 10 minus 1, and then distributing the 541, we see that 4,873 can be written as 10 times 541 minus 1 times 541 plus 4. A bit of algebra then reveals that 541 is equal to 10 times 541 plus 4 minus 4,873. Of course, 10 times 541 plus 4 is just the concatenation of the quotient and the remainder. This explains why the concatenated quotient and remainder minus the original 4,873 results in the quotient 541. These ideas can be used to develop a remarkable technique for dividing a number by 9 once the remainder upon the division is known. Before we explain this technique, please consider subscribing to this channel by hovering over the red box in the bottom right corner and clicking subscribe. Now, let's use Dodgson's observation to divide 9 into 4,873. First, recall that adding the digits of 4,873 results in another number, namely 22, that will yield the same remainder when divided by 9. Since 22 is 18 plus 4, we see that dividing 9 into 4,873 will leave a remainder of 4. Let's begin by writing 4,873 and placing the remainder of 4 above the 3 in the ones column. The rest of the mystery number to the left of 4 will be revealed in several steps, and we know from our earlier example that this number will turn out to be the quotient obtained when dividing 9 into 4,873. We'll start by subtracting 3 from 4. This results in 1, which we know will be the last digit in the quotient. Moreover, because the mystery number is the concatenation of the quotient and the remainder, we also know that the digit in the tens column of our mystery number will be a 1. To obtain the digit in the tens column of our quotient, we will now subtract 7 from 1. Of course, 7 is greater than 1, so we will imagine borrowing 1 from the hundreds column of our mystery number and subtracting 7 from 11. This gives us 4, which is the digit in the tens column of our quotient. It is also the digit in the hundreds column of our mystery number. We're now going to subtract 8 from 3. Recall that we borrowed 1 from this column. But first we need to borrow a 1 from the thousands column of our mystery number. Of course, 13 minus 8 is 5, which is the digit in the hundreds column of our quotient. It is also the digit in the thousands column of our mystery number. Completing the subtraction, we recognize that we borrowed 1 from 5 and complete the procedure by subtracting 4 from 4. The result shows that dividing 9 into 4,873 produces a quotient of 541 with a remainder of 4. It turns out that Dodgson's technique of dividing by subtracting can be modified to divide any positive integer by 11. We hope you'll take some time to try working that out for yourself and then viewing the Math Singer video on this topic. For now, thank you for viewing, and please consider subscribing to this channel. Happy calculating!